At 28 years old, I was diagnosed with psoriatic arthritis. My joints hurt, my skin was inflamed, and suddenly I realized something terrifying. If I didn't change my life, I was going to spend the rest of it managing disease instead of living. And that diagnosis felt like the end of my story, but it turned out to be the beginning of my awakening. I wrote my book, Healing Your Body, Mind, and Soul, to share everything that journey taught me. But if you don't have time to read the whole book, today I'm going to walk you through all 12 chapters in less than 12 minutes. And I promise you, the lessons go far beyond health. In chapter 1, Waking Up with Inflammation, for years my body whispered, "You're exhausted, you're stressed, something isn't right." But like most people, I ignored the whispers until my body started screaming. And that diagnosis forced me to realize something important. Your body isn't broken. It's just trying to communicate. Inflammation wasn't my enemy. It was my wake-up call. Chapter 2, Finding a Pill for Your Ill. When we get sick, most of us want the same thing, a pill, a quick fix, something that makes the symptoms go away so that we can go back to normal life. But I learned something uncomfortable. Sometimes illness stays because nothing in our life actually changes. We treat the symptoms, but we keep living the same way that created them. Real healing begins when we ask a harder question. What in my life needs to change? Chapter 3, Breaking Up with Big Pharma. This chapter is where things get controversial because we live in a world where health has been outsourced. We've been taught that the solution to almost every problem lives in a prescription bottle, and pharmaceuticals absolutely have their place. They save lives. But chronic illness is rarely solved by a pill alone. Healing often requires something much less convenient, changing how we live. How we eat, how we manage stress, how we take responsibility for our own well-being. And that realization was the moment that I stopped being just a patient and started becoming an active participant in my healing. Chapter 4, Becoming the Teacher You Needed. Before starting my own business, I was a school teacher, and teaching taught me something profound. The best teachers don't give answers. They help people discover their own wisdom. And eventually I realized something. The person needed most on my healing journey was the teacher I hadn't met yet. So I became her, and that decision changed everything. Chapter 5, Awakening Your Soul. My awakening didn't start in a perfect meditation retreat. It actually started with a ruptured appendix a few days before a retreat. Not exactly ideal timing, but something inside me said, go anyway. And that experience through breathwork and meditation and stillness introduced me to something I'd never truly experienced before. Presence. For the first time in years, my nervous system relaxed. My mind slowed down, and I realized healing wasn't just about my body, it was about consciousness. Chapter 6, Creating Your Conscious Business. Once you wake up, something interesting happens. You can't go back to living the same way. And for me, that meant creating a business aligned with my values. And that's how my business was born, not just as a company, but as a mission to help people reconnect with natural healing through holistic wellness. Because work shouldn't just be about making money. It should be about creating meaning. Chapter 7, Fighting the War on Consciousness. We live in a world designed to keep us distracted. Notifications, stress, endless information. But the real cost of all that noise is this. We lose connection with our inner voice. Meditation, breathwork, and presence help us reclaim that connection. And when people reconnect with their awareness, they become harder to manipulate, easier to empower, and more capable of living intentionally. Chapter 8, Building Your Dream Team. No meaningful mission is accomplished alone. When my husband and I started building our company, we quickly realized something. We need people around us who were smarter than us in their own unique way. And that decision shaped everything. A dream team isn't about hiring people who agree with you. It's about surrounding yourself with people whose gifts expand what's possible. And that's when work becomes more than work. It becomes a community. Chapter 9. Practicing meditation daily. Meditation changed my life. Before meditation, my nervous system lived in constant stress. After meditation, something remarkable happened. My inflammation started to decrease, my psoriasis disappeared, and I began experiencing something I had never felt before. Calm. Meditation taught me that stress is like withdrawing money from your nervous system, and meditation is the deposit. The more deposits we make, the more resilient we become. Chapter 10, Asking for Synchronicities. Once I slowed down, I started noticing something strange. perfectly timed coincidences, conversations that arrived exactly at the right moment, opportunities I couldn't have planned. Instead of forcing life, I started asking a simple question: show me what I need to see. And when you start living that way, life becomes a conversation instead of a battle. Chapter 11, Refusing to Give Up on Love. One of the biggest lessons in this journey was love. We're taught that love is about finding someone who completes us. But healthy love doesn't come from lack. It comes from overflow. When two whole people come together, love becomes something you share, not something you extract from each other. Love becomes expansive instead of dependent. It feels like I choose you, not because I need you to survive, but because my life is richer with you in it. And that's the kind of love worth refusing to give up on. Chapter 12, Parenting Tomorrow's Leaders. Parenting is the hardest job we could ever have, and it has been one of the most humbling parts of my journey. Children have a way of holding up a mirror. They have a way of triggering us right where we're unfinished, our patterns, our incomplete healing, but they also give us the opportunity to grow alongside them. Every interaction becomes an opportunity for awareness, compassion, and evolution for both parent and child. So instead of molding children into who we think they should be, we can guide them toward becoming who they already are. And that's how we raise the next generation of conscious leaders. If there's one message I hope people take from this book, it's this: healing your body changes your mind, and healing your mind awakens your soul. And when those three things align, your life changes. If any of this resonated with you, you can find the full journey in my book, Healing Your Body, Mind, and Soul, linked below. Share this with someone who might need a reminder that the most powerful way to change the world is to heal the part of it that lives inside you.